will be of Arjuna. Prabhupada. In contrast with the conch shell blown by Bhishma Dev, the conch shells in the hands of Krishna and Arjuna are described as transcendental. What is the word here in the verse? Transcendental? Divyo. Whenever it is two, then au comes there. Two. Divyo, Urushau, Shankau, like that. So the sounding of transcendental conch shells indicated there was no hope of victory for the other side. Jayastu Pandu Putranam Yesham Pakshe Janardhana Yatah Krishna Tato Dharmaha Yatah Dharmaha Tato Jayah. That's the full verse. So, Jayastu Pandu Putranam, there will be the victory of the Pandavas because Janardhana is in their side. And where there is Janardhana, Yatah Krishna Tatah Dharmaha. There will be Dharma there. And Yatah Dharma Tatah Jaya. There will be Jaya there. Right? This way. Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. It is said. If you Rakshitaha Dharma, if you protect the Dharma, then Dharma in turn protects you. It's like that. So you protect the Dharma and Dharma will protect you. Rakshitaha Dharmo Rakshati. That way. So we see that because wherever there is Dharma, there will be victory, no doubt. And Lord Krishna is there. That's Dharma actually. That because he is the Dharma Murti, he is personification of all Dharma. This way. Besides the word that is used, Madhava, goddess of fortune, is also there because she never ever leaves alone without her husband. Goddess of fortune, Lakshmi ji, she is always massaging the lotus feet of Narayana. She never leaves. Another Lakshmi, which is expansion of that original Lakshmi, she goes from door to door in the world. She is known as Sampat Lakshmi. Yeah, she is another expansion of that Lakshmi. And she is Chanchala. The original Lakshmi is not Chanchala. She is Dhira Pravara. She is actually Dhira, meaning she never leaves Lord's lotus feet. But this another form of Lakshmi, which is Vaibhava Lakshmi or Sampada Lakshmi, she is the one who is Chanchala. So then Diwali is coming, right? People on the day of Diwali, they keep the doors open. Lakshmi ji, please, come in our house. And don't leave our house. But she is like, she doesn't stay at anybody's house for much time. Like that. Of course, those who are devotees of Krishna, then she loves to stay at their house. So then she is very happy that way. But that also depends on how Lord wants us to. How Lord wants her to. But anyway, I was saying that Lakshmi is Chanchala, but actually she is always at the lotus feet of Krishna. So wherever there is Krishna, there is Jaya. Besides that, the chariot on which both the friends were seated had been donated by Agni. So those things also Prabhupada mentions. So in this way, the conch shell was blown, and then, it was like basically declaration of war from the side of Kauravas. So in answer, the Pandava army also blew the conch shells. So that is mentioned now. Text 15. Panchajanyam Rishikesho Devadattam Dhananjayah Poundram Dadmo Mahashankham Bhima Karma Vrukodarah. Yes.
Lord Krishna blew his conch shell called Panchajanya. Arjuna blew the Devadatta, and Bhima, the voracious eater and performer of Herculean task, blew his terrific conch shell called Poundra.
So you see, then all this conch shell, tumultuous blowing of conch shells, it resounded everywhere. Rishikesha, Shri Krishna blew his conch shell called Panchajanya. So Panchajanya, it's a very fat boweled conch shell Krishna has, and it's spotlessly white. And Krishna's arms are red. palms are reddish. So in those reddish hands, when that white conch shell makes the sound, it appears like in the reddish lotuses, white swan is making a beautiful sound. This is how Bhagavatam describes this whole scene in first canto. When Krishna entered into Dwaraka, that's where this description is there. That it is such a beautiful sound that particular conch shell makes. And Devadatta is the conch shell of Dhananjaya. Poundram, that's the conch shell. Like Bhima, that conch shell is also very terrifying. Makes terrifying sound. So there are particular words used for personalities. You can see Rishikesha, Dhananjaya, and Bhima Karma. So Rishikesha, because soon Lord Krishna is going to, actually by his desire, he is going to control the senses of Arjuna. Arjuna, he will see the army, and instead of feeling, yes, Akraman, he is going to say, I don't want to fight. No. He's going to cry tears. It's going to be completely different. Why? Because Rishikesh, Krishna will control his senses. Krishna is always controlling everyone's senses, but especially here, Krishna will actually put Arjuna in illusion by his own desire. Arjuna is known as Dhananjay because of what, Why is Arjuna known as Dhananjay? Rajasuya Yagya. Yeah. Rajasuya Yagya is before the battle, Ashwamedh is after the battle. Okay. So here, before the battle, Arjuna was popularly known as Dhananjaya because for the Rajasuya Yagya, he got so much wealth. He conquered many directions and he brought huge wealth. What is the difference between Rajasuya Yagya and Ashwamedh Yagya, Rajasuya Yagya is to declare that you are a king now. And Ashwamedh Yagya is to declare that you are now sovereign of the entire universe. That's when you do Ashwamedh. So it's like, debutant. Debutant performs the Rajasuya Yagya. You understand debut? Somebody is beginning to play. So somebody begins as a realm as a king, that's called Rajasuya Yagya. And somebody who is a veteran, he has been playing for years together, then he performs Ashwamedh in order to further cement his sovereignty like that. So that is, Arjuna got so much wealth for Rajasuya Yagya, that's why he is Dhananjaya. And Bhima Karma, what does the Bhima Karma word mean? He performs Herculean tasks. So there was this Hercules from the Greek mythology. You have heard of Hercules? He performed, I think 7 or 12 great acts, like defeating that lion and defeating Hydra and all this. Hercules is very popular. So Prabhupada says Herculean tasks. But Bhima was much more than Hercules. Bhima was Bhima Karma. So he used to perform such terrific tasks which were like unimaginable for people this way. Right? In the war also, Bhima was like so ferocious that some swordsman or somebody is coming to hit him like, like that. So Bhima would pluck his arm right from the root here. He would hold the arm and hold that guy like this and throw away. That was Bhima. Like that. And that guy will be, he would just pluck out the arm. He was so ferocious. When he would shout, just by shouting the soldiers would faint. And that would take 2 to 3 days to bring them back to consciousness. So there was another team who used to be carrying on stretcher. All these were fainted by Bhima's cry, sound, war cry. In fact, Bhima had got this benediction from Hanumanji that whenever he will make a war cry, then Hanumanji will also shout along with him. So you can imagine now Bhima also, Hanumanji also. Like if he says, ah! So then, Hanumanji also is adding the sound in that. So those soldiers would be like, they would be fainted just by war cry. Mahabharata explains कि उसको fight ही करने की जरूरत नहीं थी. And sometimes because in fight and all, he would be completely wet in blood and all, and just seeing that sight, and if he shouted in that was such a scary sight. Some soldiers lost all heart to fight only. Although they were Kshatriyas, they were not like modern people. They were powerful Kshatriyas. But Bhima was such a sight. So Bhima Karma. So just as his tasks were there, his diet was also like that. Vrukodaraha, that's the second word. Vruka means a wolf. Udara means belly. In his belly, there was one very special fire which is there in the belly of a wolf. Wolves are known for a terrific fire burning in their belly. Constantly hungry, the wolves. So Bhima was also like that. He was constantly very hungry. He had a huge appetite. So both the words have been used. Bhima Karma, Vrukodara. He had a huge appetite for prasad, and he had a huge appetite for service also. Sometimes we are only Vrukodara. We are not Bhima Karma. Right? We are very enthusiastic for prasad. I am talking about myself. But if you want to be Vrukodara, you also be Bhima Karma. Otherwise, Vrukodara, and then the next favorite activities is Prabhuji, some seva, Haribol. Let me sleep. So that is not good. So you see, Bhima Karma, Vrukodara, both are going together here. He had, when they were all in the Vanavas, Mother Kunti had instructed Draupadi that whatever food you get, you make 2 halves, 2 shares. So 1 share would be for whom? 4 Pandavas, Draupadi, Kunti. And another whole share for whom? Bhima. So like that 2 portions would be made. So then Bhima was like that. But then he would perform also such tasks that way. When they actually were tried to be burnt in Lakshagraha, so when Bhima and all of them came out of tunnel, so it was a huge forest and they were getting tired to walk. So Bhima just got everyone, Kunti Devi and his 4 brothers on his shoulder, and just ran through that forest. And ran means like you have to have some street, like some road. No, he just ran. Whatever came in between, it just fell off. So he was just doing like this and running. So that was Bhima. He didn't have to have a road, so that he can go. And then all these famous pastimes, like he killed Bakasura and all. There was this Bakasura who was eating every day a man from a village. So one day then, so that's Bhima. Bhima Karma Vrukodara. So he also blew his terrific conch shell this way. So Prabhupada focuses on this Rishikesha word. He says that Krishna is the owner of all the senses. The living entities are part and parcel of him, and therefore the senses of living entities are also part and parcel of him. What does that mean? Basically that our senses are meant to serve the senses of the Lord. Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. That's the definition of bhakti. Rishika means senses. Rishikesha means Krishna. So Rishikena, by the senses, the service of Rishikesha should be done. That is called as bhakti. Very simple definition, right? Rishikesha, that's the meaning of the word. But he directs the senses in terms of the surrender of the living entity. So this is amazing quality of Krishna. To the degree you want his interference in your life, to that degree he will interfere. If we don't want his interference in our life, then he will also be like, okay, you want me? No, I don't want. Okay, fine. He's like that. So it becomes very important that how much eager we are to accept Krishna in our life. Because that's how. That's the meaning of this. Later Krishna will say also, Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto matta smritirjnanam apohanancha vedaishcha sarvai rahameva vedyo vedanta kritveda videva chaham. Krishna says, I give knowledge, matta smritir jnanam, and I also give apohanam, I give the forgetfulness. So who gets forgetfulness and who gets knowledge? It depends upon who wants forgetfulness and who wants remembrance. If you want that Krishna should give me remembrance of his lotus feet in every situation, then he will give. But if we want to forget, if we are not conscious, then Krishna says, okay, then I'll give you apohanam cha, vismaran. So it is actually reciprocal. That's my point. Krishna does not push himself on the living entity. He is reciprocal. You want his intervention, then he will intervene. If you don't want, he sits like that Upanishadic two birds are there, no? Samana vrikshe, both are sitting on the same tree. So one bird is eating the fruits, another bird is just witnessing. So who is the witnessing bird? Paramatma, Krishna. And who is the bird who is eating? That's Jiva. So you see, till the time we consciously, willingly want Krishna's, intervention in our life, no, he acts like that witness. He just sees. But when we wish that interference, then he wants. How do you express that interference, that we want Krishna to actually intervene in our life? That is by giving time for him. That is by chanting Hare Krishna, by understanding Bhagavad Gita, by serving devotees. So that's our expression of Krishna, that I want you in my life. That way. Then he will also reciprocate this way. So that is Rishikesha. In terms of surrender of the living entity, Prabhupada is writing such a nice line. He directs us in terms of the surrender of the living entity. And because pure devotee is completely surrendered, he directly controls the senses. So that's why you see he is controlling the senses of Arjuna. Soon Arjuna would be put into a situation which is desired by Krishna. Similarly, Arjuna is called Dhananjaya, Vrukodar, all these words Prabhupada explains. Alright, so all other warriors also blowing their own conch shells, signifying that the war is beginning. So let's read this. So let's go together. Ananta Vijayam Raja Kunti Putro Yudhishthiraha Nakulah Sahadevascha Sughosha Mani Pushpakau Kaschascha Parameshvasaha Shikhandi Cha Maharathaha Drishtadhyumno Viratascha Satyakischa Parajitaha Drishtadum Drupado Dropadayascha Sarvasha Prithivipate Saubhadrascha Mahabahu Shankhan Dadmu Prithak Prithak. All right. So a lot of names and yes, please read.
King Yudhishthira, the son of Kunti, blew his conch shell. The Anant Vijay and Nakula and Sahdev blew the Sughosha and Mani Pushpaka. That great archer, the king of Kashi, the great fighter Shikhandi, Drashtadumna, Virata, the unconquerable Satyaki, Drupada, the sons of Draupadi and others, O king, such as the mighty armed son of Subhadra, all blew their respective conch shells.
Yes. And then others also. Yudhishthir blew his famous conch shell, Ananta Vijaya. Even the conch shells have names in the Vedic life, right? Everything is so personal. Even the conch shells have name. The Dhanushas have names. You see, all the different Ayudhas, they have names. Lord Krishna's bow is known as Sharang. Saranga also. So in Sanskrit it's called Sharang. So Sharang Dhanvi. Or Krishna's, this Gada is known as what? Kaumodaki. Krishna's flute is known as what? Three kinds of flutes Krishna has. Venu, then Vamshi, and what's the third one? Murli. Yeah. Yes, that's the third one. And each one has a different length. So depending on where he wants to play, Krishna takes out different ones. Different length. Vamshi, Murali, Venu, like that he has. So everything is so personal. I mean, everything has name. So here also you see Nakula had his conch shell named Sughosha, Sahadev had Mani Pushpaka, and all these other great warriors, Drishtadyumna, Virata, Shikhandi, Satyaki, Chaparajitaha, which means they were never conquered, Aparajitaha, or it can also mean Chaparajita, those who are expert bowmen. Drupada was here also. He was father-in-law of Arjuna. So he was fighting from the side of Arjuna. Draupadeya. Who is Draupadeya? Draupadi's 5 sons. Who is Saubhadra? Abhimanyu, Subhadra's son. So all these great warriors, they blew their conch shells. Prathak, this way. Prabhupada says, Sanjay informed King Dhritarashtra very tactfully that his unwise policy of deceiving the sons of Pandu and endeavoring to enthrone his own sons was not very laudable. This combined sound of conch shells is also a sign of victory for the Pandavas. Although both sides they are blowing the conch shell, but conch shell is actually whose emblem? Who holds the conch shell eternally in his hand? Lord Vishnu. So it is Lord Vishnu's emblem, and that's why the auspicious sound of conch shell actually it's showing that there will be Jayastu Pandu Putranam Yesham Pakshe Janardanaha. So this is the point. So Sanjay is telling this by telling all these various conch shells being blown. He is telling Dhritarashtra, you may be very delighted that okay, war is going to happen. Fine. What did they do? They didn't do any reconciliation. Good. But the whole catastrophe was due to King Dhritarashtra because he encouraged the policy followed by his sons. So now it's going to be a great catastrophe for all of them. So this whole entire sound, it practically tore open the hearts of especially the sons of Dhritarashtra. That's mentioned. Saghosho Dhartarashtranam Hridayani Vyadarayat Nabascha Prithivim Chaiva Tumulobhya Nunadayan. Yes.
The blowing of these different conch shells became
uproarious,
vibrating both in the sky on the earth. It shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra.
So it is said that this sound, although it is heard by both the parties, right? Pandavas are also hearing this sound, and the Kauravas, they are also hearing this whole sound of the conch shells combined. But it is said, Saghosho Dhartarashtranam Hridayani. किसके हृदय जो है व्यदारित हो गए एकदम? धृतराष्ट्र के पुत्रों के, धार्तराष्ट्रा नाम. So you can see they became terrified. Ramanujacharya says they felt like, just by hearing that sound, they felt like today we are finished. We can't survive this war. Looks like that. That sound was like so terrific. They felt that, oh my Lord, our end has come. That way. But this sort of effect, not on the Pandavas. Pandavas were ecstatic. Because they had great confidence that Krishna is there with us. Right? Krishna is there. So Arjuna and Yudhishthira, they were all very ecstatic to hear this sound. But the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra, Sanjaya says, they just became so frightened, and it was like a thudding sound where it tore apart their hearts with fear. The sound in fact was so uproarious that it reached the heavens, the skies. when Bhishma and the others on the side of Duryodhana blew their respective conch shells, there was no heartbreaking on the part of the Pandavas. Such occurrences are not mentioned. But in this particular verse, it is mentioned that the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra were shattered by the sounds of vibrated by Pandavas' party. So you can see, one party is having personalities like Bhishma also, Bhishma and Drona and all, but still, they were lacking that confidence because they knew that they are on the side of adharma. So this fear was there in them that we probably will lose this war. This is due to the Pandavas and their confidence in Lord Krishna. Prabhupada writes such a nice line. One who takes shelter of the Supreme Lord has nothing to fear, even in the midst of the greatest calamity. Right? So if we have faith in the Supreme Lord, that nothing evil will happen to me, Lord is always there to protect me. See, that protection may come in a way that we think, or it may come in a way that we don't think. Protection is quite a, like sometimes we say that, right? Why is Lord not doing this in my life? I have been trying so hard, but He is not giving. See, the problem is your watch and Lord Krishna's watch is different. He has a different watch. So we may think that I am putting this much endeavor, it should come to me right now. Krishna says, my watch says after 3 years. So you want Krishna to give these things as per his watch or your watch? Krishna will say, come on, I will give, but as per my watch and not your watch. So we become fidgety, desperate because we are seeing our own watch. So this point of having the faith in Krishna, rakshishyati iti vishvaso, Krishna will protect, Krishna will. So this is very important. Prabhupada shares one incident from his childhood. One time Prabhupada was traveling with his son in the Kolkata train, and then the TC, ticket collector, ticket checker, so he asked, jokingly he asked Prabhupada's son, show me the ticket. So he said, I don't have the ticket. Of course, he must have spoken in Bangla. I don't have the ticket. So he said, then you have to get down from the train, get lost from the train. So he said, no, but my father has the ticket. So then as soon as he said that, the smile came on his face, the child's face and also on the TC's face. He said, my father has the ticket, so you can ask him and don't ask me. Prabhupada's small son said to him. And then everybody laughed, TC also laughed, and Prabhupada laughed. So Prabhupada says that, you see, because he had complete faith that my father is there. So even though this imposing TC, and he was just joking, ticket checker was just joking. So still the child didn't feel any fear because he knows my father is there. This way. There was this huge disciple of Prabhupada called Brahmananda Prabhu. He was like WWE fighters or like that. He was a very huge person. So one time, they were walking on the sea beach. Prabhupada would take morning walk, and he saw that, a small fish is there, but, very close to where they were walking. So that fish was very peacefully swimming, elegantly. The fish was swimming. So Prabhupada said to Brahmanand Prabhu, you see that fish is not at all fearful of us. She is swimming so peacefully. So can you tell me why? So Brahmanand Prabhu said, why? I don't know why. So Prabhupada said, why is she not fearful of us? So he said, I don't know, Prabhupada, you only tell. Prabhupada said, because although she is small, she has taken the shelter of the big ocean. Because the ocean is her shelter. So she is very, very safe in the ocean. The big ocean is her natural shelter. That's why she is not fearful. But we will be fearful if we are placed in the ocean. Because it is a foreign element for us. So the natural shelter where one feels that I am being protected. So if that is there towards the Supreme Lord, that's the natural mood of a living entity. So that was there with Pandavas. They had this great confidence that Krishna will do something, Krishna will protect us that way. So, sometimes you may talk about aspects like heroism and warriorship and, the Kshatriya should be self-sufficient and all that. But actually, the greatest self-sufficiency is when you are completely dependent on Krishna. When you are accepting Him as you will do your efforts. We will not fall short in efforts. But we know that Krishna is actually the one who decides the result. He is the one who will give the result. So if we have that confidence, in my life, whatever it is there, Krishna will not do anything inauspicious. I may not understand how a certain thing is auspicious at that moment, but I have this faith, I have this understanding that Krishna will always bestow auspicious. We may not understand at that particular time, right? We may understand after some time. Like the other day in the program, I was giving the example of that embroidery and tapestry. When the mother is making the tapestry embroidery, so if you see, olden days they used to put the ring on the. So if you see from the side of those threads being sewn and all, it looks like thread. Whole thing looks like a very shabby kind of thing. So in childhood, my mother is also very expert tapestry maker. So I used to see and I used to say, what is this? Kya design kiya hai? Ye aadha ghanta ho gaya. So then she would say, wait. And then she would show the other side. Oh, and it's such a beautiful peacock or like that. So similarly, actually our life also, sometimes we may see, I have struggle in office, struggle in chanting, struggle in everything. What Krishna is doing? He should set right my life. Is something happening or not in my life? That way. But sometimes you have to allow the things also to take some time, and then you see that the life turns into a very beautiful design this way. So it's actually confidence in Krishna. That's why here we see that they had nothing to fear. So in that condition we see Arjuna came in the midst of, he wanted to come in the midst of armies and he wanted to take a look. So he spoke to Krishna to take his chariot ahead in the midst of armies. Right now both the armies were standing, facing each other. So in this situation where even the conch shells are blown and now, just Akraman, that's it, that is what is remaining. Arjuna said to Krishna that, please take my chariot in the midst of the armies. I just once want to see all these warriors who have assembled. And that step is going to be disaster. Where he wants to see all the warriors who have assembled. Text 20. Atha vyavasthitan drishtva dharta rashtran kapi dhvajah pravrutte shastra sampate dhanurudyamya pandavah rishikesham tada vakyam idamaha mahipate. Yes, please read.
At that time, Arjuna, son of Pandu, seated in the chariot bearing the flag marked with Hanuman, took up his bow and prepared to shoot his arrows. O king, after looking at the sons of Dhritarashtra, gone in military array, Arjuna then spoke to Lord Krishna these words.
See, Dhanur Udyamya, that's the word. Dhanur Udyamya means he picked up the bow. He picked up the bow. He didn't set the arrow, but he picked up the bow as if to, shoot the arrow. And he said to Krishna that please take the chariot ahead. I want to see these people who have assembled, this Durbuddhi, this stupid Duryodhana and all his gang. I want to see them. So he wanted to say these words, and he became ready for that. Ata Vyavasthitan, those who had assembled over there. Kapidhvaja word has been used for Arjuna. That's another sign of victory. What is the meaning of Kapidhvaja? Hanumanji? On, okay, very nice. On the flag of Arjuna's chariot, Kapi is there, Hanumanji is there. You know why he is there? Why he came there? You have heard of this story? Why Hanumanji came on the chariot flag of Arjuna?
Once in the forest project, Bhima was going.
Yeah, okay, good. So you are aware of that story, Badrikashram. So two stories are there. Why Hanuman became Kapidhvaja? Remember these two stories. One of the stories, it happened with Bhima, another happened with Arjuna. So one time when Arjuna had gone to bring celestial weapons, all the other Pandavas, they went into Badrikashram, and Queen Draupadi, from a distance, the wind actually brought her the Sahasra Kamala, the 1,000-petaled lotus. And it was so beautiful, it was so fragrant that Queen Draupadi said, she was not queen at that time, you can say Draupadi. Draupadi said to Bhima that, Bhima, I want these flowers, I want these flowers. We would offer them to Yudhishthir Maharaj. So you have to get these flowers for me. So in which direction they are coming from? Yeah, they are coming from the top of Badrikashram. You go there. So Bhima then, he took his gada. He started walking. And in between many huge animals and all, as soon as, like lions and such animals, as soon as Bhima would come, they would run and like hide. This fellow, as if, some huge dinosaur is coming or like that. How the other animals. So like that, huge prides of lions also, they would run around and see like this. Kaun hai ye? Because he would walk like that. Even the elephants and all, if some elephant came very close, he would slap the elephant also. What in between? If he is blocking his path, otherwise not. He would not do unnecessary himsa. So when he was walking like that at one place, there was this huge monkey there was sitting, and then his tail was across the road. So Bhima didn't want to go over the tail. We should never cross the body of any living being. Why should we not cross the body?
Lord is inside, residing.
Yeah, because the Paramatma is inside everybody's heart. So if we cross the body, it is like crossing or stepping over Paramatma. So that's why we should never step over anybody's body. You see someone, then go from the side, or just request that person to give some way, like that, this way. So Bhima didn't want to. So the tail was there. So he said to monkey, hey, take your tail away. So monkey said, I am very old, you only remove. He said, I don't touch tails and such things. You should remove the tail. But monkey said, no, I can't do it, So he said, what? Ye kya hai ajib? I have to touch your tail. Yeah, he said, old man, you do some seva, no problem. So, like that. So Bhima said, finally, okay, there is no choice. So he just wanted to lift the tail and move it aside. But when he lifted the tail, he thought that, oh, it's like very heavy. So then he put some more force. Oh, still it was not moving. So then finally he thought, what's going on? So he literally put all his energy, unlike those weightlifters are there, like that. Nothing. He couldn't move also tail. And he was like, and then monkeys sing at him and doing like, what's happening? So Bhima is not, used to such humiliation, right? So Bhima thought, kya ho raha hai ye exactly? Is this some mystical monkey or like that? Who is he? Again he put the hand and he said, this time, this is second attempt now. In weightlifting you have 2 or 3, like, right? So second attempt. Bhima could not. Then he understood this is some extraordinary personality. then, sometimes to become humble, you need some experience like that, right? You don't become humble initially. So Bhima became humble and he said, who are you? I mean, you are not somebody ordinary person, you are some special person. Please forgive me if I have offended you. Who are you? And then Hanumanji became very happy. He embraced and he said, I am Hanuman, And then both are Amshas of Vayu. So both embraced each another and he became so happy. And Bhima said, I'm very sorry, I became, proud of my strength, but actually, please forgive me. And Hanuman said, yeah, I was also testing you, don't worry. So he said, I'm so happy now. So Hanumanji, like Bhima said that, Hanumanji, if you are so happy, please help us in this war that's coming up. So Hanumanji said, yes, I will come and sit there on the flag of Arjuna, and whenever you will make war cries, I will put my sound also in that, because Hanuman was also known for war cries. So that's how Hanuman came as Kapi Dhwaja. And another story also happened with Arjuna. Arjuna once had gone to Rameshwaram, and in Rameshwaram he saw that Dhanushkoti Tirtha. You have been? Some of you. So he said there, Lord Ramachandra, why did he build the bridge? He said, by stone, why he built a stone bridge? I was there, I would have built a bridge by arrows. Looks like Ramachandra, I don't know, I am so expert, I would have built a bridge by arrows. Like that he spoke. So one monkey was sitting there. He said, no, any bridge would break. You have read Ramayana or not? He said, huge monkeys with these huge boulders. If they walk on the bridge made by the arrows, it will break. Arjuna said, not my bridge at least. It will stay. It will survive. It will not break. So monkey said, no, impossible. Nobody can. If Ramachandra couldn't, who else can? So he said, no, I can make a bridge which will not break. Because he is an expert archer, world's greatest archer. So that monkey said, okay, make. So he made a bridge across the ocean. Arjuna indeed made a bridge. And he said, test now. You see, this is my strength. So this monkey, as soon as he jumped on that bridge, the bridge broke. Like that. And Arjuna felt like, my God, what's going on? I thought I am such a great archer and all. So monkey said, what do you say now? No, he said, no, this was just some simple vidya. Now I will use celestial vidya and I will do the bridge. Monkey said, but then it has to have some bet, no? Not just like that. So there was a bet then. Arjuna said, if the bridge breaks this time, then I will enter into fire. And the monkey said, if the bridge does not break, then I will become your servant lifelong, your slave lifelong. So Arjuna started praying to Krishna, my Lord, laaj bacha lo. Bhagwan, aapke das ki laaj bachao. And then he made this bridge, very elaborate, very strong bridge. And then the monkey, he said, let me see now. And then he jumped on the bridge, nothing happened. Then he again danced on the bridge, nothing happened. He brought big boulders, nothing happened. So he was like trying to build the bridge. And he thought, how is it possible? This person is straight away saying he is better than my Lord Ramachandra, and still this bridge is not breaking. So what's going on? So he just went below the bridge and saw that Sri Ramachandra was holding the bridge on the back. And that bridge was causing so much injury on Ramachandra's back that the blood was flowing in the ocean. So when Hanumanji saw this, he just, his heart just erupted with misery and with distress, and he just fell at the feet of Ram. He said, my Lord, what am I doing? What an aparad, what an aparad. Like this. So he said, Lord, who is this person? And why did you do such a thing to me? Like that. So Ramachandra said, see, this is Arjuna, and he is the great devotee of the Lord. And you are Hanuman. You are also very great devotee of mine. Two of you don't make such bets. Is this the way to, is this how the Vaishnavas should do such things? So when Lord Ramachandra was speaking to Hanuman, Arjuna saw him as Lord Krishna. Arjuna was seeing him as Lord Krishna speaking, and Hanuman was seeing him as Lord Ramachandra speaking. So he said, now both of you be friends, embrace each other, and Hanuman, I tell you, you should help Arjuna in this upcoming war by going on his chariot and sitting there as Kapi Dhwaja. So Hanuman also agreed, and he said, don't ever do such challenges later in the future. So both are great devotees, like Arjuna is Sakhya Rasa's greatest devotee and Hanuman is Dasya Rasa's greatest devotee. So because of these two reasons, we see that Kapi, Hanuman came all rather on Dhwaja, like that. So these are the wonderful reasons which are said to be the signs of victories. So you can see, summarizing these signs of victory, signs of victory of the Pandavas. So Krishna's personal presence, 9 points, or sometimes said to be 8 points. Krishna's personal presence. Second, he is Madhava, so he is husband of goddess of fortune. So wherever goddess of fortune Lakshmi is there, naturally there is all Vijay Hogi, there will be all victory there. The venue itself is Kurukshetra. Hanumanji is on Arjuna's flag, Kapi Dhwaja. Conch shell is symbol of Vishnu, right? Then especially Krishna and Arjuna's conch shells are said to be Divya. Bhishma's conch shell, it's also, basically 3 points are connected to conch shell only, so you can even club them, that's fine. Or you can put them as separate. Bhishma's conch shell, Lord's and Arjuna's conch shell, and everybody else's conch shell. These are all signs of victory only. Then Agnideva's chariot, chariot given Mahati Syandane Sthitau, and finally Hridayani Vyadarayet, the shattering of the hearts. So it is already foreboding the victory of the Pandavas. So you can see these are the signs of victory. It's a question in your exam, so remember it. The signs of the victory of Pandavas. All right. So in this way. Yes, Mataji? 7 points also. You can club this 5, 6 and 7. Or you can write them separate also. Anything is fine. Total are 9. In this slide, we have put as 9. You can see. See, they are here, Mataji. You can see also. If it is visible from there. I don't know.
But number 7, how is it? Bhishma's conch shell.
Yeah, it's a conch shell. It's a conch shell, the sound of conch shell, in that way. So because these are different verses, no? So that's why they are put as different points. Like first Bhishma's conch shell is spoken about, then Madhava's and Arjuna's conch shell, and then finally others' conch shell. So they are seen as 3 different points. Or you can put them, all of them, into 1 point also, that's okay. This way. Alright? So this is the thing now. As the opposing armies stand poised for battle, then we see that Arjuna, he asked Krishna to take his chariot in the middle of the armies. And when he saw all of those relatives, then we see that a great change of events are going to occur now. Arjuna is completely going to become bewildered now. So we see Arjuna's bewilderment and his complete rejection of fighting has 5 arguments. So these arguments are going to come up now. So these are 5 arguments, very famous. So you can remember this as CLIFD, Cliff D. Cliff D. Just take those initial C, L, I for indecision, F, and D for destruction. Cliff, D, that way. Or you can remember anything. I mean, just I'm telling some abbreviation for that. So we will see this one after another. Just now, before that, let's see this observing the armies. What happened by observing the armies to Arjuna? So that's the next part now. Any of you need break or like that, please take it without asking. I will continue. Okay, let's together recite. Arjuna uvacha senayor ubhayor madhye ratham. Together. Ratham sthapaya mechuta yavaddaitan niriksheham yodhukaman avasthitan kairmaya saha yodhyavyam asmin rana samudyame. Yes.
Arjuna said, O infallible ones, please draw my chariot between the two armies, so that I may see those present here who desire to fight and wish whom I must contend in this great trial of arms.
Yeah. So Arjuna said to Krishna, Senayor ubhayor madhye ratham sthapaya mechuta. He called Krishna by what name? Achyuta. You are infallible Lord. You never ever fail to protect your devotee. So now here you are acting as my charioteer. So I am sure you will never ever fail to, follow my instructions. So please, I am requesting you to take my chariot in the middle of the armies. Why do you want to take in the middle of the armies? Yavadetan nirikshe. So that I can do nirikshan of, I can see the army. So Baldev Vidyabhushan says, Krishna says to him, hey, you are Yodha, you are not Yuddha Prekshak. You are a warrior. You are not the spectator of the warrior of the war. So what do you want to see? No. Yodhu kaman avasthitan. I want to see those soldiers who have come here to fight me with great determination. Zara dekhne do inki surat. Let me see who all have come here. Arjuna said. Arjuna wanted to see if they are trembling or they are fighting with great, they are standing there with great courage. Because Arjuna was such a warrior that many times just by hearing the sound of the pratyancha, the rope of the bow, it makes a certain sound. If the bow is very powerful, tang, like that. So that's called tanatkar. It makes that kind of sound. So that sound would only be so fearsome that some of the kshatriyas also, they would start trembling. Like that pratyancha is trembling, they would also start trembling. That was Arjuna's Gandiva bow and that sound of that pratyancha. So Arjuna wanted to see who are there. Are they ready to fight with courage or are they forced people? Bechare Duryodhan pakad ke laya. No choice. हम लोगों को तो लड़ना नहीं था, ये पकड़ के लाया. Like that. So who are there? Kair maya saha yodhyavyam asmin rana samudyame. Who are there in this great battle of arms? They are ready to fight with me, with us. I want to see in this way. Prabhupada. Although Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, out of causeless mercy he was engaged in the service of his friend. He never fails in his affection for his devotees, and thus he is addressed herein as infallible. So he will follow the commands of Arjuna, but that Achyuta, he will also not allow Arjuna to become Chuta. He will save Arjuna from all the bewilderment that he is only causing also, but he will save. Although he had accepted the position of a charioteer for his devotee, his supreme position was not challenged. Even though Krishna may become charioteer, but he still remains the Supreme Lord. He never falls from his position. In fact, it is amazing, right? The relationship between the Lord and his servitor is very sweet and transcendental. The servitor is always ready to render service to the Lord, and similarly Lord is always seeking an opportunity to render some service to the devotee. It is amazing, no? Krishna's nature is also that he wants to serve his devotee. Usually somebody becomes boss, then he wants to become boss on a boss, right? Like that he wants to become. Prabhupada was at one place, and there were a lot of these businessmen who had a lot of cards that way. And then I think one of Prabhupada's disciples asked to a businessman there, see, you are all like very big people, probably multimillionaires or like that. So what more you want to achieve? So his card was there somewhere in that. So he took out that card and put it on the top. Bossa no boss. Bossa no bosso bhavitasmi bhuya. Like that. He wanted. So Prabhupada said, just see, they want to be on the top. And what are devotees trying to do become? Dasano das. Dasano das. Right? So Krishna is only trying to become Dasano das. What to speak of others? He is very happy to, serve the devotees. One time one Mayavadi was there and he asked Prabhupada, don't you want to become God? He asked Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, why do you want to become God if God is serving you? Vaishnavas, they become devotees of God or Lord, and Lord serves them. It's not like Prabhupada wants Lord to serve, but he said, we are greater than God. You are settling with God only. He said to that Mayavadi, you want to become God, right? Mayavadis say, you are God, I am God, everyone is God. You just have forgotten. We don't know what kind of God forgets that he is God. Right? But then Prabhupada said, well, a devotee is being served by God. So it is being bigger than God actually. Although devotee does not desire, but the reciprocation of love is there. Like Krishna is becoming charioteer. A charioteer for somebody, even for Kshatriya to become a charioteer, it's a very humiliating thing. Towards the end of the battle, Karna became the commander-in-chief. Karna Parva. So for last 2 days, Karna, he was the commander-in-chief, and one more day after that Shalya. So you could say second last 2 days. So Karna was looking for a very great charioteer. So Karna said to Duryodhana, can I get Shalya as charioteer? And Shalya is himself a great warrior. Shalya is brother of Madri. He is a great warrior himself. He is said to be Maharatha, I think. So Shalya became very offended. What nonsense, he said. I cannot become charioteer of this Ardharathi, like that. He said, I cannot. So I am quitting the war. So Duryodhan was pacifying everyone. He said, no, Mamaji, you don't have to quit the war. He said, see, Mamaji, Krishna is the greatest warrior. Still he became the charioteer of Arjuna. So actually, similarly, Karna is seeing you also like Krishna. So Shalya said, oh, is it like that? Okay, I will become. So then Shalya became the charioteer of Karna. But the combination was so deadly because what happened was both had their own opinions. So Karna said, take in this direction. Shalya said, what nonsense? Why that direction? You should go in this direction. So Karna said, I am telling you, take in this direction. He said, no, you don't have a good sense of war. So like this it is going on in the midst of the war, you can imagine. It's a recipe for disaster, right? This was going on in Shalya and Karna. So at the end of the day, Karna said, this fellow is not listening to me. And then Duryodhana would come and say, cooperate. Vaishnavas should cooperate. Vaishnavas should cooperate with each other that way. So you see, charioteer is not a very pleasurable thing, right? But Krishna became charioteer. He just became a Sarathi. Although he is, he is the most formidable personality. He had taken that vow, of course, that he will not lift a weapon now. That's why. So that's why Duryodhana also was not interested in him. You all know the story. He went to Dwaraka and he wanted Narayani Sena. But see, that's the difference between devotee and somebody who is not a devotee, non-devotee, right? He did not feel like going and sitting at the feet of Krishna. So he sat at the head. And Arjuna came and naturally sat at the feet. So as soon as Krishna opened his eyes, whom will he see first? You will not see here, no? Unless until you are sleeping like that. But he was sleeping, closed eyes. So when he opened the eyes, he saw Arjuna. He said, "Oh Arjuna, when did you come?" And then here was the, "Oh, Vasudev, I came before. Please. I came before." "Oh, you have also come?" "Okay." But he spoke to Arjuna only. And then he said, "Because I saw Arjuna first, so Arjuna will ask." Or Duryodhana was praying, "Arey, you should not ask Narayani Sena, you should not ask Narayani Sena." And Arjuna said, "My lord, I want you. But Parth, I am not going to fight." "No, I want you." And then Lord turned to Duryodhana and said, "What to do? You have Narayani Sena." And Duryodhana was like, "What to do? Whatever, I am happy. Actually, I wanted you, but all right, no choice." And andar to laddu phoot rahe the. Wow, I got Narayani Sena like that. But externally he is saying, "Okay, chala lunga Narayani Sena se." This way. So Krishna knew that what's going on in his mind. So charity here is actually, it's not a very prestigious thing, but Krishna accepted. That's his servitorship towards his devotee. So if Krishna can be so humble to serve his devotees, actually who are we? How much we should be humble, right? If he is Lord, he is not supposed to be like that. Still he is like that. So the Lord wants to be humble servant of his devotees. So as devotees, we should not want to be the Lords. Right? We should take inspiration from him and try to be humble servants of servants of servants. And Krishna is extremely pleased by that attitude of trying to be a humble servant of devotees. This way. So here we see, that's why he is Achyuta. He never ever fails in his taking care of his devotee. So why did Arjuna want to see, although there was no question of peacemaking endeavor on the battlefield, he wanted to see them again and to see how much they were bent upon demanding an unwanted war. Text 23. Yotsamana aveksheham ya etetra samagata dharta rashtrasya durbuddher yuddhe priya chikirshavah.
Let me see those who have come here to fight, wishing to please the evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra.
So initially, he actually thought that he will go and see these all evil-minded, durbuddhe, these sons of durbuddhi, stupid Dhritarashtra's son, stupid son of Dhritarashtra, this evil-minded son, durbuddhi. I want to see who are all these people. It was an open secret that Duryodhana wanted to usurp the kingdom of Pandavas by evil plans, in collaboration with his father Dhritarashtra. So Prabhupada says, therefore, all persons who had joined the side of Duryodhana must have been birds of the same feather. Birds of the same feather flock together. So they are all the birds of the same feather. Duryodhana party. It was also fact that he wanted to see them to make an estimate of the strength which he had to face. So you understand why Arjuna wanted to see the army? Because first of all, he wanted to see who all have assembled there to fight with him. And second, also estimate the strength based on, who all are there. Although he was quite confident of victory. So Sanjaya continues. Together. Sanjaya uvacha eva mukto rishikesho gudakeshena bharata senayor ubhayor madhye sthapayitva rathottamam. Yes.
Sanjaya said, O descendant of Bharata, having thus been addressed by Arjuna, Lord Krishna drew up the fine chariot in the midst of the armies of both parties.
Yeah. Just a minute. Huh? All right. So you see, Krishna's Bhakta Vatsala nature is being pointed out over here, right? We saw that signs of victories were discussed in 14 to 20 and now 21 to 27. So how do you understand Krishna's Bhakta Vatsala nature? Achyuta. So what exactly is showing his Bhakta Vatsala nature? Which activity here? He is the charioteer. He is, as a Sarathi, he is just following Arjuna's instructions. And he is a charioteer. Placed the chariot in the middle, following Arjuna's order. So that's his Bhakta Vatsala nature. So that is being shown in verses 21 to 27. And now come the reasons for not fighting. That's the crux of this chapter, in fact. So we will talk about these reasons now. But a very beautiful word has been used here in this verse for Arjuna. Gudakesha. You are aware of this word? What does the word Gudakesh mean? Siraj? Master of curbing ignorance. Very nice. Gudaka means? Sleep. So he had conquered sleep. Or it can mean he had conquered ignorance also. When had he conquered the sleep? When Arjuna conquered the sleep? While learning the archery?
Yes.
How did he conquer the sleep there? Very nice. So everybody would learn the archery in the day, and there would be some time for practice in the day. Arjuna would take that practice, and then throughout the night also he would practice. So sometimes when you talk about Arjuna's being the greatest archer, we only speak about his being favorite of Dronacharya or his being favorite of Krishna, but nobody speaks about Arjuna's hard work. When everybody is sleeping in the night, what is he doing? He is practicing. So one may become favorite of his guru or favorite of the seniors, but you have to also see the effort that the person is taking. Usually in this world, people just want the benefit. They don't want to see what's the effort behind that benefit. Oh, this Prabhuji is getting so much name and fame. I also want it. But Prabhuji is doing a lot of hard work also. That I don't want. I only want the glory. So this sort of attitude in this world also we see that it's there. So Arjuna was actually a very great hard-working person, and he was extraordinarily talented also. Both. Even in the sports, right, we see that there may be some talent, but there is also practice. So somebody may be supremely talented, but if he doesn't practice, what will happen? He won't be able to succeed. So both the factors are needed. You need the aspect of mercy of the Lord, and you also need the aspect of your own efforts. What pastime in the 10th canto shows these two factors? Damodar Leela. Hari Bol. So Arjuna was like that. He conquered the sleep actually. And then he conquered the ignorance also, because he is pure devotee of Krishna, so he has conquered the ignorance. There is one more meaning of the word Gudakesh. Anyone knows? Gudakesh also means something more.
It is another name of Arjuna.
That's what. So what's the meaning I am saying? Gudakesha has this third meaning. Vishwan Chakravarti gives this meaning, and very sweet meaning. Gudakesh mein kya word hai? Good. Good means jaggery. Good khate na? Good. So good and kesha. There are three words now. Apart from good, Guda plus akesha becomes Gudakesha in Sanskrit. So good means the sweet jaggery. And A-K-Sh, these three words mean what? A means Vishnu, Ka means Brahma, Isha means Shiva. A means Vishnu. Aksharanam akarosmi. Aksharon mein main kaun hu? A. So A refers to Lord Vishnu. Ka refers to Brahma, actually. And Isha refers to Shiva. So Arjuna is said to be Gudakesha because by his dealings with Krishna, he is practically feeding the jaggery to Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh also. That's the meaning of Gudakesha. Amazing, no? Such is his sweet dealing with Krishna, that Krishna is becoming charioteer, that when Brahmaji and when Shiva and when Vishnu by here we mean Kshirodakshayi Vishnu, when they saw the dealings, they felt like it is nectar, it is like jaggery being fed to us. You may say jaggery, Prabhuji. What jaggery? Jaggery is not a very special sweet. But that may be duplicate jaggery or some kind of. You see, in Gauda, the word Gauda comes from good. So a Gaudiya Vaishnava should be sweet like jaggery. That's the meaning actually of Gaudiya. उसको बोलते हैं गौड़ीय वैष्णव. एकदम कैसा मधुर होता है वो? गुड़ की तरह मधुर होता है वो. अगर करेले जैसा है तो if he is like a Karela, then he is not Gaudiya, he is Bhaudiya or something else. So the sweetness, of course, Gaudiya also means Gauri. The worshippers of Gauri are known as Gaudiya. Who is this Gauri? Not, this is Shama Gauri. This is Radharani. So the devotees of Gauri are known as Gaudiya. So we are all devotees of, Bhakti Siddhanta would say, we are devotees of Radharani, and because Radharani loves Krishna, so we are okay. Okay, Krishna also will worship. It's like that. I mean, we are worshippers of Radha Krishna both, but the point is, yes, we have great importance in our Sampradaya for Radharani. So that's a Gaudiya. And then there is also this Gauda Desha, which is that area of Bengal, Orissa. So that's why also Gaudiya. Three meanings of Gaudiya I told you. One is referring to that place called as Gauda Desha. Another is the devotee of Gauri is called Gaudiya. And then the third one is the Gaudiya should be Madhur, sweet like jaggery. So Gudakesha is that Arjuna who practically is feeding good jaggery to Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh by his super sweet dealing with Krishna, where Krishna is becoming his charioteer. That's Gudakesh. So Prabhupada takes this example of sleep meaning ignorance and how Arjuna had conquered the sleep. So Prabhupada writes, either in waking or in sleep, a devotee of the Lord can never be free from thinking of Lord Krishna's name, form, qualities and pastimes. Thus a devotee of Krishna can conquer both sleep and ignorance simply by thinking Krishna constantly. This is called Krishna consciousness. So what is the way to conquer sleep, or what is the way to conquer ignorance? We keep ourselves engaged in Krishna Bhakti. Continuously, if we can keep ourselves engaged. See, sometimes a devotee may say, Prabhuji, how to get rid of this sleep? I feel very sleepy. So what seva you have? No seva. Then no seva means you will sleep only. No, what you will do? So if we take engagement, then there will be no time to sleep. If there is no time to sleep, I mean there is no seva only, तो फिर तो mind कहाँ जाएगा? You know, it will go to nidra, the most favorite activity of everyone. Sleep like that. You know, when I was staying in base, one devotee used to take so much prasad that after prasad his plate is not even dry and he would sleep there only. In the prasadam hall only. You know, like that, and he would sleep there only. So prasadam cleaning person will say, Prabhu, please, Prabhu, get up, Prabhu, please, Prabhu. So it had to be like that. So then we said to him one day that you are you are Vrkodara, so you become Bhima Karma also. Take some service. And we gave him a lot of service. And then that devotee became super duper servant then. I mean, he became the best. He started managing everything, and he became like super dynamic. We made him manager of the base. So sometimes it's like that. You never know what a devotee has the capacity. You give the responsibility, and then you say, "Arey, ye to Bhima Karma nikla." This way. So engagement, it's very important. You engage people, you will see that they will flourish. If you don't give engagement, then they will take up their own engagement. Right? They will have their own engagement. Right, Prabhu?
So here this either waking or in sleep, in fact, in the Institute of Chartered Accountants, there are logos, Yesha Sukteshu Jati.
Okay.
So are awake in those that sleep.
Yes.
First time in the first days, we were wondering what is, now we are able to relate to what you said.
Yes.
Like Arjuna always.
Yeah, Arjuna was so amazing. One time there was some debate between devotees. Sometimes it happens. It's there in Mahabharata. That why Krishna loves Arjuna so much? I mean, everywhere Krishna, Arjuna, like that. So sometimes this is to just show some pastime and glorify further. So devotees said, why Arjuna? They said, okay, let's go and ask Krishna only. Hey, Krishna क्या है हर बार Arjuna? हम लोग भी तो भक्ति करते. So Krishna said, okay, come to me in the night. So they all came to him in the night, Draupadi and everyone. Krishna said, let's go to the camp, let's go to the mahal of Arjuna. And he took everyone to the palace of Arjuna. And Arjuna was sleeping. And Krishna just went very near and he said, listen carefully. So they came very near to Arjuna and they listened carefully. And in sleep, Arjuna was saying, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. This was going on in sleep. He was chanting Krishna's name in the sleep. So Krishna said, at least you can chant when you are awake. He is chanting in the sleep also. So anybody has any objection? Why Arjuna is my favorite? And they said, Hare Krishna. Yes. So he had so much love for Krishna that he was chanting Krishna's name in the sleep also. Sometimes we also chant something in sleep. But that is not Krishna's name. It is something else only. Sometimes, like we stay in ashram, no? So all experiences. So I said, sleep, Baba. I was studying commentaries and this devotee is saying something again. I said, hey, sleep, Baba. Let me study. That way. So anyway, yes, the point is Gudakesha. So engagement actually. Engage people and you can see them giving up all the, bad qualities or whatever, the laziness or anything. Text 25. Bhishma Drona Pramukataha Sarvesham cha Mahikshitam Uvacha Partha Pashyetan Samavetan Kuruniti. Yes.
The presence of Bhishma, Drona and all the other chieftains of the world, the Lord said, just behold Partha, all the Kurus assembled here.
Yeah. So he said, okay, Arjuna, you wanted me to take you to the midst of the armies. So here I am and here I have brought you. So see, and Krishna also, in order to invoke that weakness in Arjuna, directly brought him in front of Bhishma and Drona only. He could have taken him in front of Duryodhan, right? He brought him exactly in front of Bhishma and Drona. And this is same personality who has made him the greatest warrior of the whole world. And you can imagine, here he is. He saw Bhishma, he saw Drona. See, because Arjuna lost his father very, very early, at Pandu died. So Bhishma only practically took care of them. So Bhishma, when he used to take this small Arjuna on his lap, so then Arjuna would play with Bhishma's beard, dadi ke saath, and he would say, Tata, 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 saying father, father and father. And Bhishma, they would say, Beta, I am not your father, I am your grandfather. Like that. And Arjuna will continue to say, Tata, Tata, Tata. So when Arjuna saw Bhishma, now today he is against here, as somebody who is leading the battle against me, I have to kill this person. All the tears started flowing from his eyes. They just gushed from his eyes. This is that same person, who has taken care of me. Practically, it's like Bhishma protected them from all the wrongdoings of Bhishma and Vidura. These two were extremely loving to Pandavas. And on the other hand is Dronacharya, who has made him the greatest archer. Dronacharya loved Arjuna more than Ashwatthama, more than his own son. He did not teach some things to his son, which he taught to Arjuna. Because that's how Arjuna was like so dear to everyone. And he is standing now in front of them. That's why he later says, Katham Bhishmam Aham Sankhe Dronam Cha Madhusudana. These people are worshipable. I should offer them the flowers. Krishna, you are telling me to throw arrows at them? Hit them with arrows? I cannot do this. So, Krishna, when he wants to bring out the weakness, then he is expert. He brought exactly in front of Bhishma and Drona and said, you wanted to see? Now see. You wanted to see everyone, know which are the warriors. The use of the word Rishikesh in this connection, again Rishikesh word has come, indicates that he knew everything. Like basically he was saying to Arjuna, in the mind Lord Krishna was saying, okay, you want to see, but I am telling you, after seeing it is going to be a very great problem. So you want to see? No problem. You see, but I know what's going to happen after seeing. That's why Rishikesh, one who is master of the senses, he knows already this way, like that. And he said also Partha to Arjuna, thereby saying that because you are the son of Pritha, who is my Buaji, aunt, so I have great affection for you. I have become your charioteer. So he is reminding him of his connection to Pritha, Queen Kunti, who is a pure devotee of Krishna, right? And then Arjuna saw there, who all did he see? Tatra pashyat sthitan partha pitrun natha pitamahan acharyan matulan bhratrun putran pautran sakins tatha shvashuran surdaschaiva senayor ubhayorapi. Yes.
There Arjuna could see, within the midst of armies of the both parties, his fathers, grandfathers, teachers, maternal uncles, brothers, sons, grandsons, friends, and also his fathers-in-law and well-wishers.
Yeah. So all these personalities, all different sort of relatives were there. Personalities like Bhurishrava, who were like contemporaries of his father. Pitamaha, Bhishma was there, Acharya, Dron was there, Matula, Mamaji bhi the. Kaun mama the? Shakuni mama. And also the other mama, which is Shalya. Shalya also was there. Bhratran, there were brothers. Obviously, Kauravas are his brothers, Pandavas are there. Putran, there were sons, like, sons of Duryodhan were there. Pautran, grandsons of Duryodhan were also there. Sakhins, there were great friends also. Shvashuran, there was Sasurji also. Drupad was Sasur. And Suradas, so many friends and all, and they were all standing. See, people like this family gathering, right? But imagine Arjuna's family gathering is to kill them. What a situation it is, right? It is not an easy situation. He is gathered home, sweet home and sweet family for the sake of killing them, So it's a disaster. Situation is like so tough. And in that situation, we see that he becomes completely bewildered. Tan samikshasa kaunteya sarvan bandhun avasthitan कृपया परया विष्टो विशिदन्नम idam abravit.
When the son of Kunti, Arjuna, saw all these different grades of friends and relatives, he became overwhelmed with compassion and spoke thus.
Yeah. So after going there and seeing this, these army assembled in front of him, previously he said to Krishna that take my chariot in the midst of army so that I can see this durbuddhe dhatarashtrasya. Ye durbuddhi ko dekhna chahta hu main. Now he is saying, you see the effect. Now he became overwhelmed with so much compassion. And he suddenly, like they say in English, he got cold feet. They say, he became suddenly so much overwhelmed with compassion and lamentation. What am I doing? I am killing all these people. He started feeling like what all good that they have done to me. Each one of them, so much love. Even for the opposite warriors, he developed love because he thought that they are going to die. They have come here, but they will not go back from here. They will all be finished here. So he became such overwhelmed with compassion. And Vishidannam, he became extremely lamentful actually. Lamentation came in his heart. See, this is the effect of Pratyaksha Praman. So, Pratyaksha Praman, by seeing, Arjuna is bewildered completely. He is seeing. So, now Krishna, when he speaks Shabda Praman, then he comes back to the senses. So, in this world, if you judge the world based on Pratyaksha, or later Arjuna is going to give Anuman also. So Pratyaksha and Anuman will lead to bewilderment in this world. But if you have Shabda, if you have the Guru and Prabhupada and the words of Krishna to guide you, that's called Shabda Praman. So this chapter is showing the risk and the disaster of Pratyaksha Praman, trying to judge this world by our own vision, trying to see this world not through the eyes of Shastra, but by our own understanding of the world. So even Arjuna got bewildered. Who are we? So here it is being shown now that how then Krishna, by his Upadesha, he brings everything in proper perspective. This way. So that's why trying to see this world by our own mind and senses is not a very good idea. Maya enters through the eyes and Krishna enters through the ears. Hari Bol. Maya enters through what? Eyes. And Krishna enters through ears. When we hear Shastra, then we get the perspective of the world. Oh, this is actually the world. So it's not like we are rejecting all perception of mind and senses. No, we don't reject that. But we understand it is incomplete, it can be faulty. So let me hear from Shastra. Shabda Praman. That's the one which will give the proper perspective. So here Arjuna is showing that, you could say, bewilderment caused by Pratyaksha and Anuman Pramanans. So now we see that Arjuna starts giving the reasons for not fighting. Arjuna uvacha drishtvevam svajanam Krishna yuyutsum samupasthitam sidanti mama gatrani mukhancha parishushyati. Yes, read.
Arjuna said, my dear Krishna, seeing my friends and relatives present before me in such a fighting spirit, I feel the limbs of my body quivering and my mouth drying up.
See, this sort of effect on Arjuna. So 28, 29 and 30, the first reason of Arjuna's not fighting is given, it is compassion. 3 verses, 28, 29 and 30. Compassion. He started feeling a great compassion for all these people. Okay, 1.28 to 30, 3 verses. So he said to Krishna, my Lord Krishna, seeing this vajanam, पहले क्या बोला था दुर्बुद्धि, अभी क्या बोल रहे Swajanam, my people. He's saying to both the parties, my people. These are my relatives, my Lord. And seeing them, and they are going to die now, Sidanti mama gatrani. My senses, they are becoming extremely distressed. Quivering, Prabhupada writes. Sidanti, they are giving a great distress. Mukham cha parushushati, and my mouth is drying up. When do these sort of symptoms come? You know this? When it is somebody becomes extremely distressed, then we see that the mouth dries up, and then the senses start quivering. It's like a huge stress is there, like that. Like sometimes people get stage fright or something like that. Or you remember the first interview of the job. So, especially in the first interview of the job, people have this experience. But this is much more than that, where he is feeling so much distressed and so much anxiety stricken because he has to kill all these beloved people in his life. And he is not some, you can say, some sentimental guy. वो थोड़ा कुछ लोग होते हैं ना, as soon as you say something to, they start crying. Like that. Immediately they start crying. Arjuna is not some sentimental guy like that, right? He is a fierce Kshatriya. For them, if you cut them, they are like, they will laugh. That's a Kshatriya. When he gets a cut, he becomes more enthusiastic to fight. He laughs and fights then. That's a Kshatriya. And such a Kshatriya, Arjuna is undergoing such a transformation. So you can imagine, it is unimaginable grief actually that is happening to him. As far as his soldiers were concerned, he was sympathetic from the beginning, but he felt compassion even for the soldiers of opposite party, foreseeing their imminent death. He saw that these poor fellows, these poor people, they are going to die. And this is all happening because of me, because I want the kingdom. Krishna, we want the kingdom. That's the problem. So while he was so thinking, the limbs of his body began to quiver and his mouth became very dry. Such symptoms in Arjuna were not due to weakness, but due to his soft-heartedness, a characteristic of a pure devotee of the Lord. So now here I want to tell you one concept. Prabhupada says that these symptoms in Arjuna were due to his soft-heartedness. Later he says these symptoms in Arjuna were due to his ignorance and weak-heartedness. So he goes on making these two kinds of statements in these purports. So you may feel like soft-heartedness hai ki weak-heartedness hai? What it is exactly? Is it because of Arjuna's virtuous qualities, or is it because of Arjuna's unbecoming qualities? So it's a very important concept. You have to understand there are two perspectives to this. See, because Krishna has only put Arjuna into bewilderment, we talked about the other day how the mother-in-law teaches the daughter through daughter-in-law through daughter. Similarly, Krishna teaches the world through his devotees like Arjuna. You tell me, can Arjuna ever get bewildered? Arjuna cannot get bewildered because he is a Shuddha Bhakta of Krishna. It is impossible that Arjuna can come under ignorance. It is impossible. So why is this happening? Because Krishna is putting him under ignorance with his own desire, so that Bhagavad Gita can be brought about. Bhagavad Gita can be brought out for the sake of everyone. That's the reason why Krishna is putting Arjuna in bewilderment. This whole bewilderment of Bhagavad Gita of Arjuna has happened by Lord Krishna's desire. You could say it's something like a drama, but it's not a drama in the sense like everybody knows what's going on. Like Krishna practically put Arjuna under his Leela Shakti in such a way that Arjuna practically forgot. But that forgetfulness is not due to his own ignorance, it is due to Krishna's desire. That's the difference. In our case, forgetfulness, because we forget, we are ignorant, so we forget this way. So, on one hand side, Arjuna, because he is pure devotee, he has great qualities, characteristics. So Prabhupada says that he is feeling compassion like this because of his soft-heartedness. But on the other hand, because the lesson has to be given also for us, who is the audience, so he gives that lesson also by saying, see, one should not be weak-hearted like this. This is a duty, so Arjuna should not have become weak-hearted like this. So that's the lesson for whom? For us. But as far as Arjuna is concerned, is he weak-hearted? No. So you see, दो level पे चल रहा है ये. One level is of Arjuna himself, where he has those wonderful qualities, so whatever he is doing is beyond reproach. There is no dosha in that. It is nirdosha. But still from our side, because Krishna is arranging his thing, so what we have to learn? So from that learning side, he will say, see, why is Arjuna becoming so much compassionate? This is a duty. He should do his duty. You see, this is for whom? This is for us. That we should not become compassionate in the name of false compassionate. We should not give up the duty or like that. So understand this. Arjuna is glorious. He remains nirdosha, but still his bewilderment is teaching us a lesson. That's why Prabhupada goes on switching sides between two. When he speaks about Arjuna, he will speak like he has no fault. When he is speaking about lesson for us, he will speak like he has a fault. That way. Are these two perspectives clear to you? Like that. So this is how, anyway, in the end we can take question also if you want. So you see, such symptoms in Arjuna were not due to weakness but due to his soft-heartedness, a characteristic of pure devotee of the Lord. Is this from Arjuna's perspective or is it from our perspective? This particular explanation of Prabhupada, this is from which angle? This is from Arjuna's angle. Now from our angle he will speak in the next verse. Vepatuscha sharire me romaharshascha jayate gandivam samsrate hastat tvakchaiva paridahyate. Yes.
My whole body is trembling, my hair is standing on end, my bone gandiva is slipping from my hand, and my skin is burning.
See, amazing, no? Arjuna's body is trembling. Roma harsha. There are goosebumps all over his body out of grief and out of fear of killing people. And Gandivam samsrate hastat. See, Arjuna had taken this vow that anybody who says to me, "Hey, throw that Gandiva away," so I will kill that person. That was his vow. Now nobody has to throw. It is slipping from his hand automatically. Nobody is asking him to throw away the Gandiva. The situation became so overwhelming that the Gandiva was slipping from his hand. Tvakchaiva paridahyate, and it is as if my entire skin is on fire. It's burning. Those are all the symptoms of great fear and anxiety caused by the distress. Prabhupada says these kinds of phenomena occur in either great spiritual ecstasy or they occur out of great fear. So here we see the Arjuna's symptoms in this situation are out of material fear, namely loss of life. So here we see that he is speaking again from that aspect of material fear, means he is speaking from the aspect of the lesson to be learnt for all of us. All these are due to material conception of life. Dekho. Previously he said what? What was soft-heartedness, which is the characteristic of pure devotee of the Lord. And here he is speaking material conception. So this is now being spoken from the learner's side. If the learner is in that situation and if he behaves like Arjuna, that would be considered a material conception. So we should not behave like that. That's how Prabhupada is telling. But as far as that Arjuna is himself concerned, don't put a dosha on him by saying, "Hey, what Arjuna?" No, Arjuna is completely nirdosha. He is being put into that situation by Lord. He remains a great soul in spite of this. Na cha shaknomyavasthatum brahmativa cha me manah nimittani cha pashyami vipaditani keshava. Yes.
I am now unable to stand here any longer. I am forgetting myself and my mind is reeling. I see only causes of misfortunes. O Krishna, killer of Keshidam.
Yeah. So he is saying that I can't even stand, my Lord. My head is reeling. I am about to faint. Bhramati chame manaha. My mind is reeling. My head is reeling. I can't even stand on my feet. Dimittani cha pashyami viparitani Keshava. Keshava, I just see complete misfortune in this battle. I don't see any good coming through this battle. I see, in fact, it will be all opposite result. I don't want to fight. So that's the first reason, the compassion. He is feeling a great compassion for all these people. So this compassion, because of that, he doesn't want to kill them. So now the next reason. What is that? The loss of enjoyment. So let's see. What is the loss of enjoyment? That without these people who will be killed, how will I enjoy the kingdom? That's the point. That's the loss of enjoyment. Nacha shreyonu pashyami hatva svajanamahave na kankshe vijayam Krishna nacha rajyam sukhani cha.
I do not see how any good can come from killing my own kinsmen in this battle, nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom or happiness.
Yeah. So he says that I don't see any shreya, any good. You know this word shreya and preya? Shreyas and preyas. Shreyas means greater benefit. Preyas means shorter benefit. Like if the exam is there and we feel like sleeping, next day paper is there, exam, and this child, the kid wants to sleep. अरे बहुत नींद आ रही है मम्मा, मैं सो जाती हूँ, like that. अरे but next day paper is there, you should study. No, but सोने में आनंद आ रहा है थोड़ा. I am getting great happiness in sleeping. So that is called preya. That is a short-term pleasure for that time. But if she fails in the exam, then it will be a great misery. So working for the exam, studying for the exam, and thus passing the exam, that's the shreya, that's the greater benefit. So shreyas, preyas, or shreyaha, preyaha in Sanskrit. So those two words are there. So he says, I don't see any larger benefit in this. So that's why Krishna, I don't even desire any victory. I don't desire any rajya or any happiness that is coming from that rajya. I don't want any of these things, Krishna. He is saying what will happen, because the people for whom, like in general people, they want great opulence, wealth and all for whom? To show off, fine. But like if they have to enjoy that wealth, whom do they want to enjoy with? Relatives, family members, right? Near and dear ones. Imagine if somebody is offered the entire wealth of the world, but in exchange of that, all his relatives would be taken away. And nobody, alone, single enjoyer of all that wealth. Prabhupada would say, if you take a person and you say to him that we give you that much land, as much as you can see, this whole land is yours. Only condition is you alone have to stay here. Not even a butterfly, no living being. You alone have to stay. Will a person want to stay? Akela. He will say, he would, even if some bumblebee comes there, he would try to speak to that, because at least some living being, right? So actually happiness comes from relationships. It does not come from objects. People fail to understand this. It comes from very nourishing relationships. I mean, to sustain those relationships and to make them more fulfilling, you can use the objects. But finally, it's about relationships. If you don't have good relationship, you may be Elon Musk or whoever, but then we see that the satisfaction won't be there. So that's his argument here. He's saying, if we kill these people, then what will we do with this? Prabhupada says Arjuna appears to have forgotten the moral codes for a Kshatriya. He says that actually if you kill someone on the battlefield, then you attain the heaven, you attain the Saura Mandala, the heavenly planets. So why Arjuna is reluctant? He can attain the heavenly planets, but Arjuna is thinking about enjoyment in this world. In fact, even Arjuna's idea is that if I kill my own kinsmen, I will go to hell actually. I will not go to heaven. Krishna later refutes this argument by saying, because this is Dharma Yuddha, you will not go to hell. You will actually, even if you die in the battlefield, you will go to heaven, not the hell. So it's an uninformed argument that Arjuna is giving. But Arjuna is also thinking about the enjoyment in this world, that if all the relatives are taken, what will I do? This way. By killing his kinsman, there would be no happiness in his life, and therefore he is not willing to fight. Let's read this together. Kim no rajyena govinda, kim bhogair jivitena va, esham arthe kangshitam no rajyam bhoga sukhani cha, taimeva sthita yuddhe pranans tyaktva dhanani cha, acharya pitarah putras tathaiva cha pitamaha, matula shvashura pautra shala sambandhinas tatha, etan hantum ichchami gnatopi madhusudana, api trailokya rajyasya heto kim no mahi krite, nihatya dhartha rashtrana ka priti syad janardana. Okay, please read.
O Govinda, of what avail to us our kingdom, happiness, or even life itself, when all those for whom we may desire them are not arrayed on this battlefield? O Madhusudana, when teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers, maternal uncles, father-in-law, grandsons, brothers-in-law, and other relatives are ready to give up their lives and properties and are standing before me, why should I wish to kill them, even though they might otherwise kill me? O Vajana of dignities, I am not prepared to fight with them even in exchange for the three worlds, let alone this earth. What pleasure will we derive from killing the sons of the God?
Yeah. So this is the sum and substance of the loss of enjoyment argument. See, what will we do, Govinda, with this Rajya and everything? Because for whom we want Rajya, kingdom, with whom we want to enjoy, they will only not be there. They will all be finished. Arjuna saw that this war is going to destroy all my relatives. So who am I going to share this fortune? All these people, Matula, Shvashura, Pautra, Shala, Shala, this is there in Hindi also, Sala bolte usko. Sale Sahab. Shala in Sanskrit is brother-in-law. Drishtadumnya is brother-in-law. So Shala in Sanskrit is Sala in Hindi. There is also some bad word like that, but yeah, basically we are talking about Hindi as in Sale Sahab, like that they say. Hamare Sale ji hai ye. So that's coming from Shala. Sanskrit is close to, Hindi is close to Sanskrit in many times. So he is saying, I don't want to kill these people. Even if I get the kingdom of the three worlds, I don't want to kill them. Forget about this kingdom. It's not the kingdom of the three worlds. Api trailokya rajyasya. This way. And he's used very interesting words for Krishna, Govinda. He's saying, see, Krishna, you are Govinda. You give pleasure to the senses. So why you are torturing my senses? By asking me to kill these people. So that's why he's saying Govinda. Arey, aap Govind ho, sabke liye Govind ho, mere liye kyun bhai? Why you are torturing me so much? By asking me to kill. Another word that is used is Madhusudana. See, as far as you are concerned, you kill the demons Madhus, but I have to kill my relatives. So what is this Madhusudana? So he is speaking with a certain sense. Janardana, last word. Janardana, it means that protector of the worlds. Janardana, you are protecting the whole world and I am destroying the world. Destroying these relatives and all that. This way. So he is saying to Krishna and he is hinting to Krishna also by using those words. Achha hai Janardana, humse marwao aur khud raksha karo. This way. So Krishna also is hearing and smiling this way. So Prabhupada addresses these ideas, whatever I spoke is here. As a natural devotee of the Lord, Arjuna did not like to retaliate against his miscreant cousins, but it was the Lord's plan that they should all be killed. The devotee of the Lord does not retaliate against the wrongdoer, but the Lord does not tolerate. So although Arjuna did not want to kill here, Krishna wanted, because Krishna could not tolerate the humiliation done of the Pandavas, especially Draupadi, the way she was humiliated. So there only Lord Krishna decided that whoever has caused this humiliation of Draupadi, just as the way she was made to cry and her hairs were scattered by Dushasan, so all the wives of the Kauravas will also cry tears with their scattered hairs. I will make them Vidhava. Madhava decided to make them Vidhava. Like that. I mean, all their wives. So that was, because Draupadi was pure devotee of Krishna. Yudhishthir, he said, Ajata Shatru Yudhishthir, he is being tortured to this level. Finished. He decided to kill there only. Baki baad mein ka to aage ka. It's all being arranged. Okay, we want to finish this. So please, let's go ahead. Last 10 verses. I'll finish in 5-7 minutes. That's it. So this was the second argument. What was the second argument?
Enjoyment.
Enjoyment. Now this is the third argument. From 36 to, you see this one, 36 to 38, fear of sinful reaction. If we do this activity of killing, we will be smitten by all sinful reaction. So that's the argument now. 36, 37, 38. Papameva ashraye dasman hatvaitan etan atatayina tasman narha vayam hantum dhatarashtran sabandhavan swajanam bhi katham hatva sukhina syama madhava. Please.
Sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain, O Krishna, husband of goddess of fortune? And how could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen?
Yeah. So this is fear of sinful reaction. Papam eva ashrayed. Hum sab paap ke dhani ban jayenge. So this is also wrong argument actually. Krishna says later, no, this is not right. You are speaking like this, but this is incorrect. Because this is a dharma yuddha. So what you are saying is not right. Papam eva ashrayed. We will all become sinful people who would be completely, taken over by sin. That's why narha vayam hantum. We cannot kill this Dhritarashtra's sons. We should not. Madhava, you tell me, how by killing our own relatives we will become happy? So your name is Madhava. You are the one who is master of goddess of fortune, but you are bent upon causing misfortune for me. He's saying Madhava, like that. So here the word atatayina has come, and atatayina, Prabhupada defines atatayis. There are 6 kinds of people who are called atatayi, aggressors. You all know this. So who are these aggressors? So these are the 6. One who feeds poison and wants to kill. Garada, that person is called as atatayi. One who sets fire to the house and wants to kill. See why these all become, Manusmriti and other Smritis say that these all can be killed. Why? Because these all efforts are there to kill a person. By giving poison, what do you want to do? You want to make him taste the poison to tell what's the taste of poison or what? Right? You want to kill that person, that's why. So that's why they are punishable by death. One who sets fire to the house, Agnida. One who attacks with the deadly weapons, Shastrapani, comes attacking with deadly weapon. One who plunders riches, Kshetrahari. One who occupies another's land, Kshetrahari. And this also, one who plunders riches, one who kidnaps another wife, Kshetradarapahari. And one who kidnaps another wife also, another man's wife. This is also punishable by death in Vedic life. Forcibly, if somebody is taking another man's wife. Forcibly is taking the land which is the only means of subsistence for that person. So it is considered that such a person can be killed, and there is no sinful reaction in killing such a person. Of course, in today's day and time, these principles should be applied with some discrimination and discretion, but that's what Shastra is saying. So Krishna later points out to Arjuna these things. So these are the 6 aggressors, and Kauravas, they were not just one of the aggressors. You see, they had done all 6 things to Pandavas. So they are not one of the category. They are
All 6.
they are the super category, super aggressor, super duper. They had given poison, yes or not?
Yes.
One, they had set the fire,
Yes.
Lakshagraha, attacked with deadly weapons. Yeah, so many places. Virat also, other also. Even in Lakshagraha they wanted to kill. Plundered riches, that gambling assembly. One who has occupied another's land, yes, they took everything. And kidnapped another man's wife, yes, they tried to humiliate Draupadi terribly. So that's how. So that's why fear of the sinful reaction. So Prabhupada says this kind of saintliness is not for Kshatriya. This way. Although a responsible man in the administration of a state is required to be saintly, he should not be cowardly. So Arjuna is here showing the cowardness. Like Prabhupada says, gives the example of Rama. When Ravana wanted to take Sita, then it's not like Lord Ramchandra said, oh yes, everything is fine, I forgive you. Not like that. Then he killed Ravana for such a thing. So that's why Arjuna, we see that Arjuna, although he wants to forgive them, but Krishna was not ready to forgive them. So that's basically the argument of the third argument, fear of sinful reaction. 37-38 also. Yadapyetena pashyanti lobhopahata chetasah kulakshaya kritam dosham mitradohe chapatakam katham nadneyam asmabhi papadasman nivartitum kulakshaya kritam dosham prapashyadbhir janardana. Yes.
O Janardana, although these men, their hearts overtaken by greed, see no fault in killing one's family or quarreling with friends. Why should we, who can see the crime in destroying a family, engage in these acts of sin?
Yeah. So we should see, maybe they are driven by the greed, but we should see the patakam, great sin in killing these people who are our own relatives. So why should we do this? So that was the third argument, and this is now the fourth argument. Fifth argument will come in the second chapter. So this is the last part now. Just 5 minutes and we stop. Kulakshaye pranashyanti kuladharma sanatana dharme nashte kulam kritsnam adharmo bhyavatyuta. Yes.
With the destruction of the dynasty, the eternal fan tradition is vanquished and thus the rest of the family becomes involved in religion.
Yes. Adharma bhibavat Krishna pradushyanti kulastriya strishu dushtasu varshneya jayate varna sankara.
When irreligion is prominent in the family of Krishna, the women of the family become polluted, and from the degradation of womanhood, who descendant of Vishnu becomes unwanted for women.
See, try to understand this argument. What is the first thing? If the men are killed in this battle, what will happen? Kulakshaya. The superiors are killed. Then that would cause what? Kuladharma nash, destruction of family traditions. Because of which what will happen? The irreligion will increase, right? Superiors are the ones who cause practice of religion. So if they are only killed, then the family destruction of family traditions would happen. And that would increase the adharma. So that is what is being mentioned. And then what happens by adharma's increase? The kulastriya, the women become polluted. Women, they are not protected, so then they become polluted, they are exploited. When women are polluted, then that causes varna sankara, unwanted progeny. It's not a pure progeny because they get exploited. So he is speaking in that way. One leading to another. So it's very, very important in Varnashrama, the women and children were always protected. 5 candidates were always protected in Varnashrama. What are they? Cows, old men, women, children, cows are over. Brahmanas. The fifth one is Brahmana. So these were always protected. You cannot kill these people. It was like that. Even if a woman does a great aparad, but you cannot kill her. You can punish her in other ways. Not children also, Brahmana also, old man also, cow also. There is just no question of killing them that way. So we see that that is what is being spoken here. So Arjuna is telling, by our act, you see so much of disaster is going to happen. What happens if there is Varna Sankara? Sankaro naraka yaiva kulagnanam kulasya cha patanti pitaro hesham lupta pindo dakakriya.
An increase of unwanted population certainly causes hellish life both for the family and those who destroy the family tradition. The ancestors of such corrupt families fall down because the performances for offering them food and water are entirely stopped.
And then what happens because of the Varna Sankara? Varna Sankara means those children will not follow any system, any Shraddha, Pindodaka Kriya. So that will cause them to fall in hellish life. Even their Pitras, as ancestors, usually ancestors, the ancestors with intermediate piety, they go to Pitruloka. If they have extraordinary piety, they go to Swargaloka. And if they have very poor piety, then they go to Narak. So in general, Pitrus, they are there in Pitruloka. So if we do Pindodaka, Shraddha and Pindodaka, then they continue to stay there. If we don't do these things, then they fall from there. So that's the reason why he is saying that it should be done. So Varna Sankara, unwanted progeny, will not do these things, and that will cause the hellish, hellish destination this way. So doshe rete kulagnanam varna sankara karakai utsadyante jati dharma kula dharmascha shashvata. Yes.
By the evil deeds of those who destroy the family tradition and thus give rise to unwanted children, all kinds of community project and family welfare activity are devastated.
Yeah, and then because of that, all the community projects and all the family welfare activities, they would be destroyed. Utsanna kula dharmanam manushyanam janardana narake niyatam vaso bhavati iti anushruma.
O Krishna, maintainer of the people, I have heard by disciplic succession that those whose family traditions are destroyed will always be failed.
Yeah. So Arjuna, he talks about not just from own personal experience, but what he has heard from the authorities. So he is quoting Anushruma, I have heard this from Shastra. So Arjuna's arguments are not just whimsical. He is speaking also on the basis of Shastra. But the problem is speaking on the lower Shastra level. Krishna will speak on a higher level. Arjuna is speaking on Artha Shastra level. Krishna is speaking on Dharma Shastra. We'll talk about that in the next session. Artha Shastra, Dharma Shastra, and beyond that is Brahma Vidya. There is gradation. So that's why Arjuna decided, I cannot fight this war. Aho bat mahat papam kartum vyavasita vayam yadrajya sukha lobhena hantum svajana modyata. Yes.
How strange it is that we are preparing to commit greatly sinful acts. Driven by the desire to enjoy royal happiness, we are intent on killing our own kinsmen.
Yes. I don't want to fight. What a disastrous act. Killing of this, our own kinsmen we are doing. Instead of that, Arjuna, what he says you hear. Yadi mama pratikaram ashastram shastrapanayah dhartarashtrarane hanyus tanme kshemataram bhavet.
Better for me if the sons of Rashtra, weapons in hand, but kill me unarmed and unresisting on the battlefield.
So Krishna would say, Arey, you don't want to fight, but they want to fight. So if you don't fight, they are still going to come and fight with you. It's okay. Better, apratikaram, I will not fight, and they kill me, it's okay, they can kill me. He's saying like that. That is kshematara. I think that's better, that they kill me rather than I kill them. So it's all very glorious argument, right? But Krishna is going to refute all these arguments. So Sanjay Uvacha Evam Uktva Arjuna Sankhe Ratopasta Upash Vishat Visrujya Sasharam Chapam Shoka Samvigna Manasaha.
Sanjay said, Arjuna, having thus spoken on the battlefield, cast aside his bow and arrows and sat down on the chariot, his mind overwhelmed with grief.
Yeah, so that same Dhanurudyamya, it was said, lifting his bow, he went, take me to the middle of the armies. I want to see these people. And now that same Arjuna, Vishrija Sasharam Chapa, and he gave up his bow and arrow and he sat on the, the chariot, Shoka Samvigna Manasaha, completely overtaken by lamentation. Arjuna Vishad, ekdam Vishad ho gaya Arjun ko. He gave up the bow and arrow and he sat there completely depressed, crying tears, some profuse tears. It was not like he was making something, no. He was crying tears, no, I cannot fight this war. So then there is going to come Krishna now who is going to enlighten him. So tomorrow we'll continue with this, how Krishna enlightens this way. Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Supanishassu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Arjuna Vishada Yogo Nama Prathamodhyayaha. Om Tat Sat. Srila Prabhupada ki, Granthra Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki. Thank you very much for your kind attention and patience also. Sorry I went overboard, but I wanted to finish this chapter today. Hare Krishna. So if there are questions we could take tomorrow. I'll give some 15 minutes in the beginning.